Now let's imagine a young lady who suffered from sexual abuse as a child. Someone who was never fully functional throughout life. She was filled with hatred. This person was angry at the world. And then someone brought her to the inn. She's now a wonderful wife and mother. Yeah. And she's a friend to many at our ministry. She loves the color pink. Please welcome to share with us Mrs. Karen Wagner. You snuck up on me. You look wonderful.
Thank you. I'm
No pink.
not wearing pink. Good evening. I'm honored to be here tonight to tell you how God shined his light on me through the help of Good Samaritan Ministries. I grew up in the Portland metropolitan area, moving around every couple years. My father was a computer operator, and my mother was a bookkeeper and office manager. I'm officially the youngest of 3 children. I have an older brother and a twin brother who emerged 3 minutes before me. We grew up in a lower middle class home where our material needs were basically met. However, my parents always told me I was stupid and I couldn't do anything right. We were beaten frequently. At age 5, my dad began to molest me. My oldest brother sexually abused me at age 13. Neither my father nor my mother was emotionally available to me when I grew up. My parents made me feel stupid every day. I felt worthless, helpless, and unlovable. These were my core beliefs about myself. I always felt like I was a stupid little girl. My husband Kurt and I came to Good Samaritan Ministries for marriage counseling. It was about 3 years ago. The counselor gave us an intimacy assignment. Neither one of us could do it. So at that point, she referred us to individual counseling. When I started to see the counselor individually is when I started remembering the abuse of my father. I had been to other counselors before, but I never truly felt safe with them. I knew my counselor at GSM. I could tell her anything, and I knew she wouldn't judge me. My counselor was the first person who I felt loved me, supported me, and truly cared about me and my well-being. I started attending an abuse group as well at GSM 2 years ago, and I learned so much from other people's pain and their experiences. When I first came into GSM, I was sitting with my counselor, and I saw a tunnel. It was really dark in that tunnel, and long, really long. At the very end, I could see a teeny tiny bit of light, just a tiny little speck. In counseling, I've been willing to look inside of myself and know there were changes that needed to happen. The assignments were helping me to grow. And then a major breakthrough happened. I went to Israel with Betty this last June, and I was baptized in the Jordan River. I didn't realize I had an expectation when I got baptized. I had an expectation of feeling his presence. When Betty baptized me, she spoke words over me. "You are a woman," she proclaimed. She had a dream from God that I went from a little girl to a woman. And I didn't get the full impact of that until 2 days later when we were sitting in John the Baptist Church. Overwhelming emotions came over me, and I cried as I realized I am now a woman. Never in my life did I consider myself a woman, an adult woman. I considered myself a 5-year-old my whole life. I was stuck at being 5 years old, being stupid, being messed up, being useless and weak. My counselor gave me the parental love I needed and taught me how to grow. As my insides are changing, I'm healing and growing. I'm not only feeling different on the inside, but I'm looking different on the outside. I learned later that my kids love me, my husband loves me, and that I am loved by many people. But I never knew that before counseling at GSM. I don't live as a victim anymore. I don't feel stupid anymore. I'm no longer the abused 5-year-old, but I am a woman of God. I've forgiven my dad, my mom, and my brother. I couldn't be completely healed without forgiveness. GSM has brought me to an emotional relationship with the Father. And in that, for the first time, I know what real love is. GSM modeled true love for me in the counseling, the groups, and the teaching. I never understood the scripture, love one another as you love yourself. I do now. For the first time, I can honestly say, I love myself. As I get ready to take that final step out of my tunnel, I see that the light is not just a speck, but it's bright and full of hope. Good Samaritan Ministries has given me a new life, reborn as a woman. I am so very grateful for Good Samaritan Ministries. Thank you.
All right. Wow.